anti-gay evangelicals. This is a very tough one for theologians, isn't it, Vicky?
It is. It's interesting. So this is a comment piece written about the very controversial anti-gay bill that became law in Uganda about a month ago, outlawing homosexuality and giving a penalty of up to 14 years in prison. And the piece is actually saying that sometimes the assumptions we have about Ugandan culture aren't necessarily correct. So they're saying that this, obviously, same-sex relationships over there have never been condoned, but they're saying in this piece that they haven't actually been politically punished in the same way over the years, and that it was something that was not approved of, but a blind eye was typically turned to it. But since 1979 and the leadership change, they're actually seeing the influx of American, very conservative Christianity coming in and wielding a lot of power. And the piece actually traces different religious leaders who have come in from that wing of the church and have begun to kind of come in with this agenda. They've come in with money. They've been promoting this very anti-gay kind of paradigm and selling it to the leaders, actually meeting with the leaders from 79 onwards. And so it's to me it really raises a challenge, like as Christian people having an influence, especially in the developing world, what are we saying? And the importance of saying, actually, these people think the Bible says one thing, but many Christians, like myself, think the Bible says something quite different, and we actually believe that God can really be in favour of same-sex marriage and that the Bible can say that. So it just grieves me to see Christians at the root of this, because so much suffering and persecution is going on, and I think people should be free to make their own minds up.
Where would you point to in the Bible that suggests that God approves of same-sex?
There's a whole lot of it. I'm doing some research on it at the moment, but if you look at specific verses, you can often say, you know, it says in Leviticus, you know, men shouldn't lie with men, but it also says in Leviticus you shouldn't eat shellfish, you shouldn't wear clothes of mixed fibres, not shellfish. You know, there's different ways of looking at the whole stretch of the Bible and pulling things out of context. If you look at the Bible in context, though, you see a God of love who's into love and faithfulness, and you can kind of extrapolate that and say, actually, love, commitment, they're a good thing. You know, if people are born gay, which I believe they are, how can a God of love not be in favour of that?
Well, there you go.
It's a theological conundrum for you.
Well, it is.
I'm not going to argue the opposite just for the sake of it. I think that's absolutely right. Yeah.